Hello guys, this is a video on how I created that um interaction. Okay, so stay with me. I'm having cold, so bear with my voice. All right, so let's run this from the top. Let's go to the card flow point. Yep, this is what we have. Starting with this point here. Okay, you can see we have this flip. After that, activate here. There's a press state on the keypad, leads to the next screen. Then there's like a loader here. Okay, micro component. Here there's a preloader. Okay, and we had this. Okay, also a component. Then that was an improvement I made. You see what just happened like that? That was an improvement. Okay, and after that you click on your freeze card, and we got something like this. All right, now you can unfreeze it. All right, so I'm going to explain how I was able to do all of this in a bit. Now, ladies and gentlemen, one of the things you need to know is everything you see here, all right, was managed with a component. Now, bear in mind, you can actually decide to use like, say, like this guy, for example, to create that card flip. You could choose to use like two screens to do it, right? But then again, it's not advisable, right? Because by the time your screen starts getting like too much, you might not be able to manage like your workspace. Okay, so it's advisable you use components, right? It's always advisable you use components. So let's start with the first card. How was I able to get this card? All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me delete this guy. I am using a component here, right? With a variant, all right? With different variants. So I'm just going to drag this guy out, all right? I'm going to detach it and then I'll rotate it minus 90 degree, all right? Now, I'm going to take this guy away out. You see that this here, what you see here, how I was able to get this texture was just a simple Google search, right? Plastic texture PNG. And ladies and gentlemen, this was the exact guy I used. You can check other PNG sites, right? And how you can, where you can get different textures. So yeah, that was how I got that. Now, as for the flip, and the card design, everything you see here, this is they're grouped. This is rectangle, and this here are lines I got from here. So you can do that as well. All right. So yeah. So I'm going to break this into two. Pay attention to this card here. There are two different cards, right? Inside, we have like the front and then we have the back, right? Now that was what facilitated this flip we had here. That was what. Now, if you see, as it's flipping, there's a fade. You can see that there is this subtle fade. And I'm going to explain how I did that, right? Now, pay attention to this guy. Remember, we have two cards. See the structure, front and back, right? If I turn off this, there is the back. The back is not showing because the opacity was set to 0. If I bring it to 100%, get to see it, right? Now, after I did that, let me just delete it, create it from scratch, right? So we have this card. Make sure you have your component like so. Now you go ahead, create a variant, okay? Now this variant, you bring this your front here to the back, right? While you're bringing it to the back, make sure you flip it horizontally. You flip horizontally, right? It goes like 180 degree, all right? Now the one in the front, remember the opacity was set to 0, and you can bring it to 100%, right? Now, um, you click on the first variant, you drag it to this point, you use like your, say on drag, 60 milliseconds is fine. It makes the transition show really well, like slow and nice, right? I'm using slow. So then drag back forth, right? Then this guy here, you could also flip the, what's the word? Flip the back area like so. Okay. I, I mean, you could choose not to flip it, but me, I do flip it just to get the subtle effect of the flip, right? So I don't know, my internet is bad, so I'm not able to see that just now. All right, that's how I got this guy here. All right, so after that, we got the unwrap. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me see. if I can, yeah. So this particular guy here, right? Now you see this guy here, that guy that just how I did that was so super easy, right? So let's say we bring this guy into this guy here, right? Now, say you turn it upside down, sorry, the entire card. Now let me break this into part. I'll just take one of it, just delete the back, use the front only. Say we turn it like say 180-degree, right? Now make sure that you get your position right. When your position is right, duplicate the texture PNG, like create a duplicate of it. Okay. When you do that, go to your crop it upwards. Okay. And then the second one, crop it downwards. Sorry, crop it downwards, like to the point where you stopped cropping the other one. Now that way, you have two separate that can split, right? Now, if you see, we already have a split here, okay? And we have a split here. You see that? Now, this particular guy, these splits still exist too. They still exist, right? But just that they are like far, like outside. Do you get? Again, concept of smart anime. There's an intelligence. They read start point and end point. Do you get? So that was how I was able to achieve the flip. Now, there's more to the there's that was how I was able to achieve the unwrap. There's more to the unwrap though. Now, pay attention to this. You see, while I did this right now, and just to mention, there is no interaction, no need for any interaction going on there. This is just to manage your components with different states or say different variants. All right. Now, this guy here, what I did here was same card, all right? I flipped it horizontally and then I use my scale tool. You can get it here or just press K on your keyboard and then you scale it down to the point you want it to be, right? So, I mean, I use grid. So, my grid was turned on and I just make sure it fits to my grid. Okay. Um, right. So, I mean, after I got that, I just changed it to the unwrapped state. Ta-da! That's why you see, while it was unwrapping, it rotated and it became small. You could see that it became small, like it came out, it became small. Did you see that? Did you see that? It became small. And then there's this confetti. Confetti is there. I got confetti from Luty Files. And it's not big because it was 150 resolution. Increasing it is me distorting it. It becomes pixelated. Right? So yeah, that was how I got that. Now, there's something that like a smart work here though. And pay attention to this. After this guy entered, you see there was like a glitch here. Watch, there was this glitch. See the glitch? Like a glitch. Sorry, no. Here. Glitch. Now you saw that. There was a card swap. Now I have my freeze and unfreeze component. This guy here. So I swapped this guy here on this virtual card page, right, to the freeze state. So that way, when you click on freeze, it brings up this guy for you, and it's leading from this screen to this screen. You see, again, it's still working with intelligence, right? Check this guy here. Now you get to see that there's like an element, the freeze elements there that are tuned down, carrying zero opacity. If I take it to 100%, you see? And same as this guy here. There's like this rectangle that is moving 100%. That's why you see when I set, say, freeze, you see that there's this and it's graying out, right? It's graying out. So you see this guy here. Let's check that rectangle. This rectangle here. See behind it, my card. I actually grayed out my card. So you see, like everything makes sense on freeze. You see, freeze grays out. Everything grays out, including my chip, right? Now, and this element, how I was able to get this simple. There are a lot of assets you can check on the community, right? Figma community, or you just do like you could go to free peek, or you could do a normal Google search and get elements like this. These are vectors though. You could check XVG sites and get close to elements like this you can work with. I know I was supposed to have snowflakes, no time, so I just worked with just circles and right. And then for my text, I reduce the opacity. All right. I just reduce the opacity to give it that frosty look. And then there's a rectangle behind. Okay. Now, I forgot to turn on my opacity like so. So it looks like it's caged into something. It's frozen into something. Right. So you see, again, network. I'm not getting, it's not synchronizing. All right. But then again, that was how I did that. All right. So your freeze. Okay. So what else? I think I've explained for I think for this guy here, this guy will go here. Here, just check simple state. Component valued after delay. So from this guy here, just after delay, move to the next. The element is here, set to zero opacity. I reduce the size. So you can it kind of like increases, right? In smart animate and after delay. So just so you see, after delay, smart animate, right? 3300 is out. Boom. So for the key press tool, I told you guys when my so here pressing this thing, you get to see like there's this press state. So you set it to while pressing to this guy, boom. I also want to point out something that people do a lot. When you are handling overlay, it's not advisable. I see people do this, right? I don't know like why they do that shit, but I mean, probably there are like exceptions, but don't manage your overlay like this. Like where you get to do something like this. Sorry, take this up, right? So you take like make this black, reduce the opacity, and then put your card inside it. Oh my god! And then I'm bring it to the top. Let me see. Let me bring it to the top. Bring it to the top, something like this, and you say you're managing overlay. No, no. I mean, there is exclusive cases where you want to manage like multiple interaction inside, and you can't afford to use an overlay. I mean, I've never had a case like that. But then, how you do overlay is go to your prototype, right? See, for example, this is the card bringing up this guy. I set my on tap, then instead of navigate, open overlay. When you open overlay, you get to see options like moving. That's why when I click on freeze, right? How do I get to that? Uh, that's why when I click on freeze, the coming up, you see that slide up here, slide up. You see that? Exactly. That's this, right? And then ease out, just to make it ease out, right? And then bottom center. That's why it's sticking to the bottom center, right? Why are you refreshing? Oh my God. Yeah, that's why it's sticking to the bottom center. Ethel, now you do this one. Now Ethel do this one. All right. So yes. So for this guy here, of course, you already understand how it works. Since this three states here is existing here, leading to this guy using smart animate, right? Provided that it is smart animate that is leading this guy here, right? It's definitely going to play out. It's going to play out real nice, right? Reading all of those start points, right, and end points. Figma handles all of that, right? So yeah, that was how I was able to do that. And then this is my color here. I changed my colors there just to fit the whole narrative of the frozen stuff, right? And yeah, that's all. That's all, guys. So if you have any question, just drop in the comment section, and I will respond to you as soon as I can. All right. Thank you, guys. Oof. See that. See that. Bye, guys.